Race, come and watch them fly. You can see the pace as they touch the sky. Come and see them race. VRC, Virtual Racers Club. VRC, it's the Virtual Racers Club. Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We're here for the final round of the GTMC Season 7, the Pure Manufacturers Racing Championship. And what is the GTMC for one final time? Well, I'm going to throw it at you. The GTMC is VRC's only multi-category racing series with drivers representing a chosen manufacturer and competing in both Group 4 sprint races and Group 3 feature races for a 6-week-long championship season. This season will see a manufacturers only championship. And this is round 6, my little petals. The final round, and we are holding it at the high-speed ring. So we are in for a thrilling afternoon of some real fast racing. Let us look at the table before the grid, because it's not been updated yet, so I am ahead of the curve. Here we go then. In top spot, well, this is after drop scores, so that championship we've seen all season with the Silver Arrows and the Basgon Psycho racing for first and second in the championship, it's got bigger since the drop scores, I'm afraid. So in first place, Basgon Psycho Racing are on 308 points. That's the Nissan drivers of Baz and Matt Psycho. In second, the Silver Arrows on 270 points, some 38 points behind, but it looks like you can get roughly about 76 so points per round if you have a good one. But that means we'll have to see the Mercedes of Guesty and Jokus in first and second in a couple of races, I think, if they're going to topple the Nissans. In third place, though, Garage 696, the Ferraris are on 266 points, which is only 4 points behind the Mercedes. So maybe the Mercedes have got to be concentrating on keeping the Ferraris off Sharon and Jim 66 behind them. In fourth place on 233 points is Peniston Oil's racing team. That's Homesick Alien and Madalinsky. In the Aston Martins, they're on 233 points. They're about 33 points behind Garage 696. So a good weekend here at High Speed Ring could topple Ferrari, but Ferrari pace is strong, so it'd be a tough one. In fifth place, we've got Team Wondernuts. That's the Honda of Big Dan and Skyjacker. I say Big Dan first because he seems to be the lead Honda in that team of nuts. They're on 190 points, and that is some 43 points shy of the Aston Martin team. That's going to be a tough weekend trying to get those points together. In sixth place, we have the Porsche team, Spinella Motorsport, on 188 points, only 2 points behind the Hondas, and we could see some changing in the championship there. In seventh place, we have Coyfield Motorsports on 148 points, and they're only 2 points ahead of the 8th place Rumblebees team of 146 points. The Audi team in 7th on 148 could catch the Porsches, but they again would need some first and second spots in each race there. And the Rumblebees, the Jaguar team, in 2 points shy of them. There's only mainly been Pat. And I tell you what, his back is nearly broken carrying that team. So for him to try and find an extra 2 points on the Audis would be extremely difficult. So, yes, that's the table. I need a sip. I've gone dry. That's what she said. Oh. That's with double sip. Sorry, guys. Right, in the chat then, before we look at the grid, is Skyjacker saying, good afternoon, sweet treats. Hello, lover dovey. And Ensign Newitt, Big Dan, says, well, hello there. And the Baz saying, good afternoon, Mr. Thingy. Probably my best feature race ever, but don't want to give away the results yet. I know, he's like spoiler man. Mama Sykes in the chat say, hi Thingy, Pops. Hi, all good racing. Hi all, good racing. There you go. And Matt Psycho saying good afternoon. So we are at the high-speed ring for 2 races. 1 sprint race in the Group 4s, a 15-minute race of just high-speed octane, no strategy, just pedal to the metal. Let's get this bad boy over the line ahead of our competitors. Then we will have a random spininator making out a number where the grid will reverse from, and then we will have a 40-minute race in the Group 3 cars on a 2-compound rule, a mandatory 2-compound tyre rule. Let's have a look at the grid. They qualified for, I think, 10 minutes or something, shall we say. No one else can dispute it. And this is how it's turned out. Yes, yet again, the Mercedes of Guesty on pole. And I think for the last 3 rounds, I've been saying Guesty on pole. So that Mercedes over 1 lap with Guesty at the wheel is rather swift, we can agree. So then we have an Audi. It looks like Liam Anfield has yet to be booted from the server, but it will happen. It has happened at most rounds. So, but for now, we enjoy Liam Anfield's company before the internet says, be gone with you. Then in 3rd place, we have the Aston Martin of Homesick Alien, a rather strong qualifying there. I think he got a good handful of points at the last round, so he'll be hoping to grab some more. Then we have Honda's top driver, Big D. Big Dan, what a surprise. We thought he and Skyjacker was going to be the number 1 driver for Honda, but it turns out Big D is their man. And there we go. There's the championship leader, the Nissan of Matt Psycho. I've lost count. You may have counted, realised, because I haven't said a number yet. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. You 5th, are you, Matt? Wow. So Matt Psycho, championship leader, 5th.
Hello,
the Group 4 not as strong as the Group 3 and Nissan. Then we have the Ferrari of Jim66. It's his last round with us for some time. He's off to race in another series. And I have to stop because I've got a lump in my throat. So, Jim,
my contract with
great race, Jim.
Round.
Let's hope your last one is for good. He's not going to come back. He says he's going to come back, but I mean, the lure of PC, Master System, bloody Master Race Systems, and ACC or whatever it is he's going to race. It'll be a step down, won't it? Going to GT7. Skyjacker in the number 2 Honda. Sitting lowly down. No, sorry, Sky, it's no fun. In the Wonder Nuts team, I've got to get on. This is taking a while. I don't know. So Honda, I can't remember. I've lost count again. I think he's 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th for the Honda. 8th for Baz in the Nissan. Super number 2 is the Baz. He's holding up that Nissan team. He is the reason they're at the top of the title. He has really held up his end of the bargain, and Matt Psycho owes him a huge debt of gratitude. There we see the Porsche of Miyumi. He's had to go solo a couple of rounds here, or so he would have been there in the top 3 fighting this championship. But he's got full decks now, so he's looking for big points from the Porsche team. Moving on to, what, 9th, is it? Is 69. It's Sharon in the 2nd Ferrari. The 2 Ferrari team combo between Jim and Sharon have been a force to be reckoned with and has put them definitely up there in the championship contention. Then we have Jokers in the Mercedes. He's got to shine today because the Mercedes need points, and that is no pressure there for the Polish driver. Then we have, hang on, who's this? Pat there in the Jaguar, looking splendid. The lone wolf, that is Pat. I've lost count. Then Madalinsky in the 2nd Aston Martin. He'll be looking to pick up some points today from some guys that may not want them so badly. Then Porsche of Silverstar. He signed for the last 2 rounds to be their full-time driver, and he'll be looking for points at the back here. We have Coyfield, and it doesn't look like it's a pleasant qualifying session for him. But he does like to judge his race by how much he can move up the order from qualifying. So the only way is up from here. Coyfield. And then Coyfield. Quick up. Skyjacker says, summer is a busy time for exotic produce to cross borders, hence why RB hasn't been about. Well done, Pat. Racer Brown saying, hello, my G's. And Racer Brown saying, how are we? We're missing you. Racer Brown, we're missing you. That's all. Skyjacker, my contract with Honda was pulled last round. And Ensign Hewitt saying, I am the master of driving awful cars. Apologies to Sky for dragging him into the Honda. Right then. Less about the grid, more about the racing. Here we go. Can Guesty take... Well, the Hondas are very slow starters, aren't they, famously? So it's going to be all down to Homesick and Big Dan if they can jump Liam Anfield. There goes the Merc, the flying Mercedes, the Silver Arrow, and yes... Oh, poor... Hang on, Jesus. Sorry, guys. I haven't got all my gizmos on. I can't tell you anything. So Guesty leads, Homesick Alien in second, Matt Psycho also swamping Liam Anfield, losing 2 places off of the grid, and again, there's more movement. Oh, Liam's managed to get it back from Matt Psycho as they go round the very fast left-hand corner. Guesty still leads with the Aston Martin in second, Liam Anfield back up into third. Looks like the Audi has woke up and remembered it's a racing car, but Matt Psycho through. Matt Psycho is through. A great exit from the corner gave him the leap that he needed, and it looked like the Ferrari also managing to get the moves on Liam Anfield. Mayumi right on deck there. Oh no, we've got Jokers going sideways, and there's calamities, everyone's going along with Jokers' mistake there, and Silverstar trying to get through. Oh, and Silverstar's been out and out and out. Oh my lord, Pat held ground, he's in 12th, he's doing a great job. Joy Koikup's had a lovely jump up the grid order with Madalinsky in 14th and Silverstar down in 15th. Guesty still leads this race ahead of Homesick Alien with Matt Psycho in third, but we got Liam Anfield under threat from Mayumi trying to get the move done in the Porsche as they cross the line. It's nothing in it, and the only corner coming up is a very long left-hander, and Mayumi's got the higher ground on the inside, should we say, and Mayumi then trying to get the move done, and he's got it just a little car bashing there just to make a bit of space between the two of them, side by side, coming down. It is nothing in it between Mayumi and Liam Anfield. Liam Anfield going for a real wide line around the outside. Can he do it? Mayumi slides out. He knocks the Audi into the barrier. Oh my word, oh my gosh, he's slowing down to redress, and oh no, maybe not, I thought he was slowing down there, but the Ferraris have closed right up Jim and Sharon with Bazza now, and Skyjacker up into 8th with Big Dan dropping down behind the number 2 driver. Then Pat struggling to keep Jokers behind. The Mercedes is awfully fast, and it's going to be a struggle for the Jaguar driver. Then there we have Liam dropping all the way down to 12th spot with Koikup, his teammate, in 13th, Madalinsky 14th, Silverstar is in 15th. I need to draw a breath because Matt Psycho's in the lead. My God, golly gosh, damn it. This race is too action-packed. What can we do? Where did Guesty go? Oh my gosh. We've leapt back hugely amounts because there was so much action down the field. We have to see what happened to the lead. It looks like Homesick Alien getting a wonderful tow on the Mercedes here. We just started lap 2. I'm not bouncing back all the time. If this is the race all the way, then enjoy it while you can. It looks like that was a tow move by Homesick Alien on the Mercedes there, and whoa, the Mercedes touching the grass slightly, and that gives Matt Psycho oomph to go up ahead, and Homesick Alien then getting the move done. Matt Psycho gaining from Matt Guesty, having a touch on the grass there, and oh my lord, I'm being phoned. This is awkward. I told him I was going to do a stream. Give me a second, guys. Hello, I'm on YouTube. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm streaming. It was really sunny when I started. Okay, Could you try and ring him? Say hello to everyone. Okay. Bye. So Matt Psycho leads from Homesick 8. Sounds like I'm in trouble, doesn't it? We all know that tone of voice. Dearie me. It's going to be fun. Mayumi in 4th, Jim in 5th, Shiren in 6th. Skyjacker has climbed his way up into 7th. Baz is coming along with him for the ride. And Big D is in 9th with Jokus in 10th. Liam Anfield in 11th. He's trying to get the move done on Pat. Pat's right there as well. And Jokus somewhere has got the move done on Pat also. We saw Jokus behind Pat. And he's got himself ahead. And while Pat is in 11th and Liam Anfield is in 12th. So the Audi of Liam Anfield trying to fight his way through. Pat is in 11th right there behind Jokus. He's a real nice bunched up here. Skyjacker, the front of this train. And Big D trying to find a way past. Let's get on board. So far, Homesick Alien still leads Guesty. Mayumi. Matt Psycho's disappeared. Hang on. I can't keep track, and I'm not going to keep going back. But Matt Psycho down in 4th. He's still in the fight, though. He's still in the fight. Don't worry. But Mayumi has moved up and into 3rd spot so far. In the chat, then, Mama Psych saying chaos. Matt Psycho saying looks amazing. Racer Brown saying back tomorrow, and I've got a mule now in work, so hopefully we'll be around more. Don't call Guesty a mule. And Racer Brown saying, oh dear, thingy's in trouble. And Guesty back past Matt. There you go. Thank you very much. Helpful. So Guesty is back, and oh, Matt Psycho, is that on Mayumi? Tough battling here. Mayumi against Matt Psycho. The battle of the blues. And wow, side by side, virtually all the way around the track. Madelinsky is in the chat saying hello there. And this race is chaos, man. It's absolutely hard driven. And Jim still ahead of his Ferrari team buddy Shiren, as Baza has got past Skyjacker now, and he's up and into 7th. He's looking for big points for that team, and that Nissan is working extremely well around here. And now Skyjacker doing some wide movements against his teammate Big D. I'm sure Honda are on the radio saying get out of his way. We want the class of the team at the top. No, he's not. He's giving him a bump draft, which is lovely of him. That's teamwork, working together. Lovely. And Liam Anfield, he's on the chase. He's got the fastest lap. My word, the man was 2nd on the grid. He will be screaming Mayumi's name in the middle of the night. He'll go to the bottom of the garden and just yelling out, Mayumi! Oh, and that was a similar move Mayumi did to him. He did on Big D. So there we go. So Homesick Alien is leading this race against a Guesty, and we've got a right tight battle there. Mayumi ahead of Matt Psycho. Mayumi is going to try and get these moves done.
Sunday afternoon.
Mama Sykes saying this is good afternoon. This is good Sunday afternoon. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing it before I go to work instead of after I've been to work. So Guesty there. He's under struggles there because it looks like Mayumi is on the move. Right there in 3rd spot, staring at the back of the Mercedes. He's getting a tow down the straight. Homesick Alien also giving Guesty a tow. So Homesick Alien's going to be getting very worried into this first corner because he's going to have 2 cars. Oh, what happened there? Good golly. Some sort of weird lag spike happened. And Guesty ended up behind Mayumi. And, oh, that was weird. Matt Psycho clinging on. The Nissan just doesn't have the pace of those cars just ahead of it. Shiren is ahead of Jim 66. We've missed a move there with Shiren getting ahead of his teammate. And it really doesn't matter who finishes where, as the points all just go towards the team. Bazza there in 7th. He's heading up towards the Ferraris. He's having a look. He's having a look at Jim 66. He's got the move done. Jim giving him a little love pump mid-corner, but Bazza holds on tight, and he's through. And Baz is absolutely firing on all cylinders in this race at the moment, with Jim taking a big chunk of Barry R and Big D then getting a run on the Ferrari, and probably the Audi as well getting a run. And the Audi already passed a Skyjacker. He was ahead of all of them, wasn't he? So he must have made a small mistake, but he might optimised from the Ferrari, taking a chunk of barrier, we don't know. Matt Psycho, meanwhile, trying to keep on the back of the Porsche. The Porsche trying to keep up with the Mercedes, who is all over. Well, the Mercedes was behind her. I can't tell the whole Guesty and Miumi fight, but at the moment, Guesty closing in on a homesick alien. For an update, the washing is in, if anyone's worried. It's done. I don't think it rained here. I think it may have rained where she was, but I don't think it actually rained here. There's no rain on top of the conservatory. There was a twinkle, was there? Oh, well, all right, it was a light rain. Thank God I'm going to work later. Homesick Alien then leads with Guesty in second, Miumi in third, but Matt Psycho is back in the battle of things. Bazza's up to fifth. Bazza's up to fifth. We're missing all of Bazza's greatest hits here, and most of them are Ferrari based. He's got past Shiren. He's got past GTMC7. He's got past two Hondas. My good golly gosh, Bazza has got to be in for driver of the day at the moment. Sixth, Shiren. There is Liam Anfield trying to gain ground again after losing so much, and he just makes small work of that Ferrari, really, didn't he? That Audi is unbelievably powerful. Shiren then seventh. He's under threat from his own teammate in eighth. It's GTMC7 in eighth. Skyjacker ahead of Big Dan again. These two are having a fruity battle. And there we go. They've gone ahead of the Ferrari. The Ferrari got in contact. It's Shiren. Shiren losing out big time now. Is his tyres gone? His tyres are not gone as much as the Hondas, but he's struggling. He's struggling with his tyres, I'm sure of it. Jim also struggling with the Ferrari tyre wear there. He's going for a move, though. He's going for a move on the Skyjacker there, the green Honda. Oh, my God, I can't tell who is where there. It's just a bunch of cars. They're all black as well, mostly, and an Audi. But we're back to the order being Shiren is back ahead somehow of Liam Anfield. I've missed that because I was watching something else. Jim 66 in 8th, Big Dan's back in 9th, Skyjacker in 10th. Then we got Pat holding up that Jaguar team all by himself in 11th, with Jokus in 12th. He's back behind Pat. And then we've got Koikap and Madalinsky fighting over 13th and 14th. This is the tightest battle, as well as up at the front, and it's struggled to watch all of it, with Silverstar just still climatising to the Porsche. Guesty leads now. For God's sake, I'm not rewinding every single thing. It's terrible, it's crazy. So I don't know how long Guesty's led, but he's ahead of Homesick Alien. Matt Psycho and Miumi. Miumi loves a little car door bash, doesn't he? He loves it. I'm sure he's just come over onto Matt, but who knows? You saw it, you be the judge. Guesty then leads this race, but only just. And it looks like Miumi's going for the undercut on all three of them. But does not. But Guesty leads as they go over the bridge. Then Homesick Alien and Matt Psycho, the top three, all covered by 0.3 of a second, should we say. It's nothing. And Miumi there in 4th as well. A threat down the straights, it seems, when they go on around the earlier part of the track. He's all over their business. And this track is kicking up a beautiful race there as Bazza trying to catch up that pack. Can he do it? We're at 11 minutes of a 15 minutes rain. Jim's gone back ahead of the Ferrari locomotive there, with Shiren in second. We've got an Audi on board with Big Dan and Skyjacker making up the Honda Wonder Nuts teams in 9th and 10th. Then we've got Pat in 11th. Very close here for Pat. Pat could gain. Oh, Pat's tyres has died. It's gone. Joker's still a little meat on his tyres, but he's struggling, and Koikap there is starting to push on and could look strong in the last 4 minutes of this race. Madalinsky losing the back of Koikap, and Silverstar still in sight. It's not out of Guesty leads then from Homesick Alien and Matt Psycho there in 3rd, on board with Matt Psycho. And don't forget, the championship is in line here for Matt Psycho, and it's in the Mercedes team. Oh, Guesty going wide there. Homesick Alien having a look up the inside, but Guesty's lovely lined up for the next corner. Matt Psycho as well, just trying to get a little lift there and onto the accelerator. It's about getting on the accelerator as fast as you can down this bridge, and Matt Psycho doing a wonderful job. Look at that, what a huge gain Matt Psycho got off of you saw him do that little lift and get on the accelerator early doors, and that gave him a great boost up the straight there to attack the two heavyweight cars up ahead, but Aston Martin now of Homesick Alien all up and in Matt Psycho's view as he sees the silver, and it's the Silver Arrows. It's the Mercedes team he's racing against. He'll be well aware that his teammate's only fifth. I mean, he is fifth. Oh, and Homesick. Maybe Matt Psycho giving Homesick I think Matt Psycho's giving them both bump drafts here. He doesn't care. Whoever will draft me along, he says. So then Matt Psycho ahead of Guesty, and there's a bit of barrier work there. And Mumi he's right there. He's ahead of Guesty. Oh yeah, he's ahead of Guesty. Sorry, Guesty dropping a few places there. Bazza then in fifth. Is he gaining? He did a 1:16.3 last time. Guesty did a 1:15. Yeah, the leaders seem to be doing 15s, and Guesty, Bazza, oh no, he did a 16, sorry. So the Jim 66, they're all having to drive with the tyres absolutely shot. And it's 3 wide going under the bridge there. Skyjacker, no, it was Big D who gets big gains out of that one. And Big D is up into 7th place ahead of the Ferrari and the Audi as they side by side battle it out for supremacy. And it looks like it's going to be the Audi. Big D's dropped down. Where? No, Jim's already ahead. Sorry, it's the Sharen's the Ferrari. I thought that was Jim. So Big D ahead of Sharen, sorry, and Liam Anfield right there on Sharen's Kabutzi with Skyjacker dropping back from them guys as tyre wear becomes the woe, and the Jaguar could become a bigger woe. Jokus, oh, look at the battle we got down here with Jokus, Koikup and Madalinsky. My good golly gosh, Jokus just ahead, needs them points for the Silver Arrows. He's got Guesty up in thirds. But the Nissans are doing extremely well in this race, and Joker's down in 12th there, fighting with Madalinsky and Koikup. Looking for scalps here. Crazy stuff. Matt Psycho is in the lead. For God's sakes, Matt Psycho now is in the lead of the race with Homesick Alien in second, Guesty in third, Miyumi in fourth. So Guesty getting back past Miyumi. This is like the highlights with no overtaking. Racer Brown saying mad spike. That was crazy when Miyumi bounced in front of Guesty, or Guesty bounced behind Miyumi, one of the two. So Matt Psycho, and it's the final lap. It's Matt Psycho who's going to take the win after all of that. Brilliant stuff. Homesick Alien second, Guesty gets that third. Take a boom, my son. Miyumi comes across fourth. Bazza gets driver of the day in fifth. Jim gets sixth place for the Ferrari team. Liam Anfield, they're still battling now. It's Liam ahead of Big Dan, and Sharen lost out altogether. Skyjacker comes home in 10th, just ahead of Pat in 11th. And let me find the pause button. Let's breathe. Let's all calm down. Pat got 11th, okay? Jokus got 12th. Madalinsky got 13th. Koikup coming home in 14th ahead of the Porsche driver of Silver Star in 15th. Wow. Jesus wet. So Matt Psycho, don't think he was ever as high as third, was he? All the way, and then in the final lap he just found that burst, took Homesick Alien out of the he didn't take him out, but he moved around him like he didn't exist, and became the winner of this final round 6 of the. He started with a double win, didn't he? He started the season with a double win, did Matt Psycho. Does he want to go out the same way and secure it for the Nissan team?
Last lap with HS.
It's a great drive there. Homesick Alien getting good points for Peniston Oils. They're fighting the Ferraris, and the Ferraris are a little further down. So that might help Peniston Oils close that gap. With Guesty holding his own for the Silver Arrows team, but losing points to the Nissans. And Miyumi scoring big for Spinella Motorsports. Bazza in 5th place, doing a grand job for Bazgon Psycho team, the Nissan team, and it's looking like it's definitely securing a championship win. Jim in 6th, top Ferrari. Man alive, they had some battling then down there. My God, there must be mental scars from that race, as they were all racing so close. Their sphincters must be taut from all of the winking they've done during that race. Liam Anfield in 7th in the Audi, and he'll be kicking himself. But what a race! And he got fastest lap, so not all bad. But he will still be screaming "Mew me" at the bottom of his garden for weeks to come. Big Dan in 8th place there, top Honda driver. And in 9th, we have Shiren. These guys really did battle it out, and I'm sure they need therapy after that race. And Skyjacker there in the next Wonder Nuts Honda in 10th. In 11th, we've got Pat holding up the Rumblebees team all by himself. And Jokus in 12th. We can't even see him. He's so fast. Scoring for Mercedes ahead of Madalinsky in the Aston Martin in 13th. Kuykap in the Audi in 14th. And Silverstar still getting used to his Porsche. Right, there's a random number. Can we look at that random number before everything goes off? I've clicked on it. It's thinking about it. It's thinking about it. It's randomly rolling. Ooh, where will it land? There was a 16 then. 7. So the grid will... Hang on, let me work out who was 7th. Was that not? 1, 2, 3, 4. The Audi. Oh, Liam Anfield gets to be on pole again. Or up at the top of the grid. So, yeah, Liam Anfield then, I think, is going to be in the Group 3s at the top. So let's go. Let's find that replay. A rolling start. The grid reverses from 7th place, which I believe is the Audi of Liam Anfield, and we saw his pace, but the Group 3 Audi is a different beast altogether. It sounds fast, but it's not fast. So Liam may struggle. We'll see. We'll see. And I'm not sure what cars are around him, but we'll have a good look at the beginning of this. And remember, don't look up to the left. It's ridiculous. And I was going to make a comment about grey skies. I don't know if there is rain here, actually, because isn't it American? Right, we're not going to get caught out this time. Hey, Kaz. See what I'm doing? It's on every stream, man. It's on every stream. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be that way. It's all your fault. So let's have a quick look. And we're going to see tyres as well. So Liam Anfield going for some hard tyres, but we did see those racing softs taking some very much high abuse in the... if there was a helpline for tyres, then they would have been calling it in that sprint race. And these cars are mighty, mighty more powerful than they were using in the last race. So Liam Anfield going for a set of hard tyres. So Liam Anfield with a big hard on there. Jim in 2nd. He's going for the medium tyres. He's going, doesn't want to take too much risk, but he wants some pace. Bazza, he's going safety on hards with Miyumi there on mediums. He also not quite sure. Guesty in the very fast Mercedes. He's got a hard on with Homesick Alien going medium as well. Interesting. Matt Psycho, he's got a hard on as well as Big Dan's gone medium. Big Dan safety, he's gone for speed over grip. Grip out over longevity, shall we say. Shiren, he's got hards on in the Ferrari in 9th. Skyjacker 10th. He's got softs. He's going racy. Skyjacker wants to lead this race after the first lap, and then he wants to pit after the 7th lap. So Pat then in 11th. Well, I mean, if you're using 2 compounds, softs, I mean, I suppose you could just kill the softs for as quick as you can and hards on, and then go for the rest of the race and see how it all rolls out. But you don't have much play. Don't have much play in your strategy. With the guys starting on mediums, they can choose hards or softs, and the guys going for hards, obviously, they can judge if they want softs or mediums. So Skyjacker, he's making a judgment call early doors. He's going for softs. Interesting stuff. Pat, he's got hards on, and he'll be going long in this race. Jokus with a set of hards on also, and Madalinsky, he's got a lovely set of hard-ons as does Koikap, and Silverstar's going for a set of mediums. He's giving himself options. So let's get on. And we're watching Liam Anfield lead them away. And Matt Psycho saying mega last lap with Homesick, and Ensign saying nearly got Liam at the end. And there we go, in a dark looking track. We love it. We love it dark. It's great. So Liam Anfield leads them away ahead of the GTMC7, Bazza in third. And Jim on the faster tyre at the moment, so you would hope that the Ferrari would make short work of the Audi, but the track looking quite cool at the moment. Either we're the sun just going down or sun coming up, we're not sure. I didn't look. I like to be surprised. Oh, and Jim looked like he had a wobble on mid-corner, and the deluge has happened, and they all come flying past. Liam still leads on the hard tyres with Bazza now up into second, but there's a Guesty up his inside. Guesty absolutely flying, but Mayumi there as well, and it's cars everywhere, RTLV. Guesty there in third, but he's got three alongside him, which is Homesick Alien and Bazza, and Homesick Alien comes aloft ahead, and Guesty down into fourth, and Matt Psycho now replaces the other Nissan of his teammates who go attacking the top four, and Bazza is in sixth. Skyjacker in the Honda moving up 3 places with those soft tyres and trying to get more, and Jim is in 8th place with Jokers in 9th. 10th is Madalinsky, Pat in 11th. It's getting bloody darker. Koikap is in 12th, Big Dan is in 13th, Silverstar is now in 13th, and Big Dan has slipped to 14th there against the Aston Martin, no, the Porsche driver, sorry. He's driven so many cars this season, I'm not sure which one he's in anymore. But yes, Silverstar is in the Porsche car ahead of the Honda and the Ferrari. The Ferrari not having a great start there for Shiren. He's ended up at the back. Mayumi leads the race. Mayumi is leading the race ahead of the Audi. So somehow, some way, Mayumi is on the race in medium tyres, but the Audi up against him in the inside of the tight corner. And now it's Mayumi who's got the inside line there, but Liam Anfield hangs on to it somehow, some way. But coming out, Liam almost ended up in the barrier, and Mayumi takes the lead. Homesick Alien in second, Guesty in third. Liam, I think he might have been nudged into the barrier. I'm not so sure. I don't like to cast dispersions, but and he's getting sandwiched between the Martin and the Mercedes there, and it's not going Liam's way at all. Cars all over the place. They're really ruining it for him. On board for Liam Anfield as he sits right behind Matt Psycho there, and Matt Psycho on the spoiler of Guesty, whom is on the spoiler of the Aston Martin. Liam Anfield having a look up the inside of the Nissan, and he does away of him with no problem whatsoever. Still holding it in there for the rest. He's on the hard tyre. Remember, he slips in behind Guesty right on his tail as Guesty clings on to the back of the Aston Martin, but Skyjacker somewhere on those soft tyres is in play. There he is. He's there on the tail wing of the Audi. No longer on the tail wing. He's moved up. He's moving up in the world with those soft tyres, and he's now in 4th place ahead of Liam Anfield. Homesick Alien very tight on the apex, but Skyjacker just goes around him, around the outside, but Homesick Alien back up the inside of him. No. And Guesty slipped out beyond everything there. I think he lost grip off the racing line, and Homesick got past, and Skyjacker went around the outside of Homesick Alien. Mayumi then leads the race in the Porsche. He's on the medium tyres, Skyjacker on the soft, and he's already half used that front tyre. He is absolutely punishing his tyres at the moment. He will not be up there long. He will have to make a pit stop, but they've used quarter of a tank of fuel, so he's really out there pushing hard. Homesick Alien then in third ahead of Guesty, and Liam Anfield having us a wee look up the inside of the Mercedes. And then we have the Ferrari of Jim in 6th. Jokers is in 7th place. Jokers having an absolutely cracking race. There's no one around him. All he has to do is try and aim at the target ahead. Koikap having a great race as well in 8th. Have I seen Bazza? We lost Bazza? Silverstar's now up into 9th, and this is a great going out present for Porsche, as Silverstar starting to deliver some great lap times out there and fighting with some big names. Sharon being one of them, but Sharon just getting the move up the inside of Silverstar. Silverstar checking him on around the outside, but no, we got a wiggler. We had a wiggler in the background there, and then we got Big Dan in 11th. Pat was the wiggler, was he? Madalinsky down in 13th. Matt Psycho is all the way down in 14th with his teammate Bazza. Oh my word, something terrible happened between the Baz and the Psycho, and let's just hope they scored enough points in that first race. Let's hope, they scored enough points in the first race. Oh my god, it looks like teammate has taken teammate out. And we know they were quite close. Skyjacker has made that early pit stop that we spoke about as they start lap 5, and he really has no choice but hard tyres unless he's going to two-stop this race. Mayumi then back in the lead of the race. He's punishing his medium tyres. Homesick Alien not bad on the hard. No, he's on the mediums as well. Homesick on the mediums, but he's looking after him a lot better than Mayumi is. Guest is on the hard tyres, and he's keeping up. He's got the fastest lap so far with the hard tyre-clad Aston Martin. So the hard tyres is not giving them that much of a punishment here. Liam Anfield in 4th, Jokers in 5th, Jim in 6th. And it's they've caught Jokers up, haven't they? Well, Jim has. It's a tough battle here. We're sat on board with the Ferrari of Jim 66. Ferrari in their own championship fight here with the Mercedes team. And at the moment, both Mercedes teams are ahead of the Ferraris. The other Ferrari languishing down lower in the pack. So Jim needing the points. He's got to get past the Mercedes and the Audi. He cannot let them ahead. Whoa! And he had a big one there. I don't know if that was from behind or if he just lost it. Oh, Jim, poor Jim. So he's there. He's in the tow as they come. Maybe the tow catching him out, going faster than he thought. Tow suddenly turns to dirty air. And then he just, it just waves out. I think the toe turned to dirty air for the Ferrari there, and he was caught out by it. He was caught out. Unbelievable. Just saw someone hit the wall earlier as well. And Jokers and Liam will take a bit of relief from that. Liam up into 4th place now. We've lost someone else up there, have we? I'm not sure, I can't keep up. Matt Psycho and Bazza slowly moving through the field. Already they've taken 3. Skyjacker with that pit stop. He's gone to hard tyres now. Then Jim we saw with his woes. Oh, and he's sliding all over the place now. The Ferrari just doesn't want to play. And he's out again. Madalinsky in the Aston Martin. He's taking steady laps here, but he's right on Bazza's tail. But Bazza would have just got past Madalinsky. He's following his teammate Matt Psycho through the field. And these two now will be on damage limitation. Get as many points as we possibly can in this race. Pat for the Rumblebees team there in the Jaguar, holding his own in 10th spot. Sharon in 9th. And I said Sharon was languishing somewhere at the back. He's made his way through lovely, hasn't he, in the Ferrari, picking up from others' mistakes, and also looking like he's pulling some nice moves himself. He's fighting with Big D, who's in 8th at the moment. Oh, he's sliding. He's down at the moment. Sharon could get a run on him, but it looked like Sharon was sliding as well. And I think with the lack of grip out there and the dirty air in them fast white corners, these sort of corners, I think they're really struggling with grip and downforce. I think they've got neither. I think they really have neither. When they're close together, they really struggle. And there we saw Silverstar and Big D racing hard, very hard. And Silverstar goes through, and Porsche now up into 7th place. This is an interesting race, isn't it? So Mayumi is leading from Homesick Alien, but his tyres are dying, where Homesick's mediums are still holding on in there. They're clinging in there. Homesick Alien's got the fastest lap, and he is on a great run at the moment, with Guesty in 3rd, staying with them. And Guesty's on hard, so really Guesty's in a better position than all of them. They've all got similar fuel. They're all about halfway through their fuel load, which isn't quite a one-stop here. They are going to have to make 2 stops, I believe. Jokus then in 4th, and this is brilliant. It's more points for this race than there is for the Group 4 race. So with Guesty and Jokus 3rd and 4th, and the Nissans way down the order, if it finished here, I tell you, it'd be tight. It would be tight. I wouldn't want to be the mathematician working that one out, because I think I'd have to carry a couple of numbers. Mama Syke saying keep losing race. Oh dear. Mine seems to be still going. Everything's all right, I think. I'm streaming smoothly, I believe. It's coming through my iPad, because I watch as my thingamajig. So Joker's there in 4th. Mayumi then is leading the race. And Homesick Alien in 2nd. And Guesty in 3rd. This so tight, so tight between the top 3. Mayumi losing ground. 11-7 last time around for him, with Homesick Alien doing an 11-3 and Guesty on them hard tyres doing 11-2s. Mayumi is a sitting duck in that Porsche. He's destroyed his tyres. He's going to have to make a decision about a pit stop pretty soon, and it doesn't look like he really wants to. Doesn't want to commit to an earlier pit stop, and he's losing time though. He's losing time, and the longer he stays out, more time he will lose. Homesick Alien all up and in his business. It's only a matter of time, but Homesick Alien will have to be querying of when he is going to pit for some new tyres, as Guesty still has a little bit to go on those tyres. Joker's in 4th on the hard tyres also. The hard tyres coming good later in the stage here, where we see Koikarp up into 5th. I want to call him Koifield all the time. I think the name actually is great. Koikarp up into 5th place. Silverstar in 6th. And Liam Anfield in 7th. Liam Anfield, his tyres are more getting worn at the back there. See where his brake bias is sat. Big Dan steadily wearing the Hondas on one side. He's got a couple of cars in front of him still to aim at there, and they're all getting very mad tyre wear, so this race could go all sorts of ways at the moment. Matt Psycho slowly making his way through the field, being followed very closely by his teammate. And Pat, though, is in between them at the moment, and Bazza trying to catch up Pat. Pat's been doing some good lap times, where Baz did a 15 last time around, so they won't do, Baz. Shiren battling it out with the Aston Martin for 12th and 13th. And Shiren at the moment clinging on in the Ferrari, it has to be said. Doesn't look like the Ferrari is this Group 3 Ferrari is his favourite. Seems like a little beast of a car. Skyjacker with that pit stop earlier in 14th. He's ahead of Jim, which Jim we saw having mad spins earlier. He's gone to the hard tyre now, and he'll be getting blue flags soon, which he will not enjoy. A load of people just nipping into the pits that I've missed. So Koikarp's gone in, so has Silverstar, Big Dan, and Pat also making their pit stops. Does Skyjacker make any gains? It doesn't look like he may not. I don't know. They do take a while to fuel, so they're starting to fuel now. Skyjacker coming down the start straight. Yes, Skyjacker may jump all of them whilst they're in the pits. And it moves him up to no. His teammate gets out ahead of him. No, he doesn't. Skyjacker does get past all of them. Up to 10th place for Skyjacker, but I am sure there's more pit stops in this race for those guys. Mayumi has opted to stay out there, and I'm pretty sure he's starting to slow down the pace at the front, because Jokus is catching. Jokus is catching the top 4. Mayumi opting to stay out on a dead set of tyres, and he's somehow, some way, managing to keep the cars behind him. Well, Homesick Alien's front right, is also dead, and Guesty's the man with the grip now, and look at Jokus catching them. This is wonderful for Mercedes. I dread to think how the Nissan team are feeling at the moment. And Mama Side saying that she keeps losing the race. I'm not sure. It's fine. I'm receiving it. It hasn't seemed to blipped out yet. I do have to keep an eye on it, because there was a stream once where I got a long way through and then realised it wasn't even streaming. So Miumi leads with Homesick Alien in second. We are 14 minutes into a 40-minute race, and it's still undecided really. The top 4 very tight together. Let's get on board with Jokers. This is amazing for him and his teammate. Huge points up here in the top 4, but Matt Psycho and Bazza in the Nissans are in 5th and 6th now after all the pit stops. This is stunning stuff. So Matt Psycho 5th. How far behind? He's not that far behind, but pit stops are going to have to be made by people soon, especially Jokers. He's used up his fuel. Guesty's good on fuel. Everyone's good on fuel. Jokers, he is on a handset, but he must like to rev it up. Matt Psycho then, he's all right on fuel. So is the Baz. Baz back on some competitive lap times. Madalinsky didn't pit, so he's up into 7th place. Going well. Shuren is in. Didn't he pit with all the other guys? He obviously didn't. So Skyjacker will be looking for that position also. And that'll put Skyjacker up into 8th spot so far. Big Dan in 9th. If you want another weather report, it's absolutely sunny out there. The light sprinkle of rain that we had. So Homesick Alien leads. He's finally got past Miumi. And Guesty there in 3rd spot. Jokers in 4th. Joker's going in, he needs the fuel. Miumi under threat now. Guesty with a little more grip than him with, well, the hard tyre, but he must be feeling a little more confident. Baz is now up to 5th because Matt Psycho has pitted along with Jokers, and Miumi back ahead of Homesick Alien. The Porsche very good through the corners. And Homesick Alien then in his Aston Martin. Just staying with Miumi. Homesick and Miumi both using a medium tyre, so they're going to have to choose another compound. They're going to have to either go soft or hard, and soft tyres, as Skyjacker can attest, do not last very, very long. Guesty, I mean, he's going to... Well, no one's going to choose soft, are they? They'd have to make another pit. These guys are trying to push it for halfway through the race. I'm not sure they're getting there, though. We're at... coming up to 17 minutes, so they've got to do at least 2, maybe 3 more laps, and then tyres are absolutely torn apart. The top 3 pretty much all having tyre woes. The fuel for Guesty starting to flash as Bazza still continues on, and now he comes in. Bazza making Nissan's 2nd pit stop of the day, and Madalinsky yet to pit, but he's got a sliver of fuel. He is going in. So the Aston Martin team now pitting. Skyjacker already with a pit stop done. He's used 2 compounds. He's got good fuel. He's going to continue quite on, and I'll tell you what, this might not be a bad call. It wasn't a bad call, using the softs to get quite high up into the grid order, going into the pits and getting a jump on your fellow competitors. Seems to be what Skyjacker has done so far, and the guys behind him, I believe, may have to stop themselves again. So Big Dan now in 5th. Honda looking very good after the pit stops are all rinsed out. Are they far enough ahead, not too far behind these guys? Oh, Homesick's dropped down behind Guesty now. Homesick, Guesty's on a push. This is his in lap. He's got a pit, obviously. Surely he's got a pit at the end of this lap. He hasn't, I don't think. Here we go. Is he going to pull away, tear away? He doesn't. He stays out there. He's pushing his luck with his fuel. We've seen Guesty come a cropper with his fuel gauge many a time. So Miumi still leads, dead tyres. Guesty on vapors and dead tyres, and Homesick Alien now on vapors and dead tyres. Skyjacker 4th, but Big Dan on grippier tyres is going for a move on the inside, but no, Skyjacker finds a little grip high up in the corner and stays ahead. More movement up ahead, and it's Homesick going back against Guesty. Guesty having to lift maybe. Short shift. Maybe he's realised that wasn't enough fuel to get around this lap, but Homesick Alien then moves ahead of Guesty as he does a little engine management there, because my word, there's a dribble of fuel in that. Skyjacker there in 4th with Big Dan in 5th. We've got Koi Carp in 6th, having an absolutely cracking race so far. Matt Psycho 7th. Pat getting back ahead. Ooh, loads of people have got back ahead of Baz. Pat then in the pit stops 8th. With Jokus in 9th after his pit stop. Liam Anfield down in 10th. Oh dear, is he off? Oh, he's there. Cameraman got lost. Liam Anfield 10th. And there is Baz. Baz staying out longer has hurt him more. The guy's out there on grippier tyres. But he's getting moved on there on Liam Anfield. Guesty does come in and 0 fuel. Guesty had 0 fuel on board when he got to the pits. Unbelievable stuff. Homesick Alien playing the same game of dare with his fuel tank, staying with Mayumi. Mayumi's fuel flashing now. Big Dan has got ahead of Skyjacker. This is absolutely cracking. Matt Psycho saying was a mass pile-up in turn 2, lap 3. Oh, I see. I might go back to it at the end, if there's time. So Guesty, Skyjacker's back in for his second stop. So Mayumi and Homesick still haven't pitted, but their fuel say they should. Big Dan could be leading this race. Koi Carp in 4th. After his pit stops, it's looking good, isn't it? Matt Psycho in 5th. He's still in the fight for a win here, I think. Pat in 6th, but these guys are going to have to pit again, where I think Mayumi and Homesick are hoping to make this. Well, we are halfway in the race, so they've both made it halfway, but God almighty, at what cost? At what cost have they done? What have they done? Mayumi playing a game of dare, leaving it last minute to turn in, but Homesick already committing to that pit lane, and he's on 0. So here we go. It's the Hondas. They're catching up Jim 66. We know Jim 66 has had a nightmare of a race. Unfortunately, his last race with us for some months, he says. And hopefully he'll come back. Hopefully he won't be seduced by higher res, better game physics. Big Dan chasing him down though, and now Big Dan leads this race in the Honda on pit stop strategy, or whatever you want to call it. He has this is after the pit stops all have washed out and done. Big Dan leads the race ahead of Koi Carp. Matt Psycho in 3rd spot with the big pile up on turn 2, lap 3. Nissan, Matt Psycho saying Nissan's on the charge back. Well, it was a great charge back, Matt, but oh, Baz is up to 6th again now, because Baz just seems to go, his pit stop didn't work out his way, but it's going well now. So you want to know where Homesick and Mayumi come out. Mayumi comes out the pits in 8th. He's just gone around Liam Anfield, who seems to be going very slowly for some reason, I'm not sure. But Liam Anfield going a little slow there, and letting both Guesty and Mayumi through, which their positions, he can race for those positions. He knows that he probably isn't racing them, but Homesick missed out a lot there. Homesick filled up, hard tyres. He's behind Liam Anfield. Guesty pitted a lap earlier, put medium tyres on. Mayumi's on hard tyres, and he got out ahead. But he did have a little bit of fuel on board, but just ahead of Guesty, and Liam Anfield in the middle of it all. And there is Homesick Alien, who missed out on the whole pit stop thing. Silver Star still in this race. Sorry, I haven't really concentrated on all this lot, but Silver Star doing a great job in 11th ahead of the Ferrari of Sharon. Ferrari's having a bad race here at High Speed Ring, it seems. Madalinsky in the other Aston Martin in 13th with Skyjacker after his second pit stop, putting on the hard tyres. And this one will be him driving to the end of the race. We've got 17 minutes of racing left here, and Skyjacker will be hoping he can see all those guys that he overtook when they pitted last time. And Jim just in misery in the Ferrari. Matt Psycho leads. Matt Psycho leads. All in that. Matt Psycho's got past Big Dan and Koi. It looks like Big Dan made a mistake, because he's dropped behind the Audi, and Matt Psycho's mad skills has got him ahead. So Matt Psycho leads this race after being virtually last at the 20 odd minutes ago. Skyjacker says was bad juju on the strategy. So what? Because I didn't say it was bad. I like the idea of it. Well, it still might work. If people pit, you still might end up ahead of them. We'll see. But they'll be on fresher tyres, won't they? And if anything, they'll put softs on at the end. And they'll be on used hard. So, yeah, possibly not great. So, Matt Psycho leads with a Koikap in second. Koikap will need to make another stop. Big Dan also needing to make another stop. Pat needing to make another stop soon. He's got Jokus up his derriere. Can Jokus go to the end? I'm not sure. Koikap, yeah, maybe. Jokus could. No, it's tough. No, we saw Jokus. Jokus burns fuel. He's not getting to the end of anything on that tank of fuel. Tell thee. So Jokus there, but he's going to have to pit. Bazza, I think the Nissans are going to have to pit again. I think that's the fuel that you need to get to the end. And just about Miyumi ahead of Guesty. Even Guesty's tight on fuel, I think. Liam Anfield's. Shiren, oh no, Homesick Alien's dropped a lot of positions. Homesick Alien had an absolute nightmare somewhere, and he's lost positions to Shiren, Madalinsky, Silverstar. Ooh, Silverstar as well. He was around. He was just the one ahead. So it's Shiren and Madalinsky have gained from Silverstar and Homesick Alien. Skyjacker then, hoping to see everyone come into the pits. Pat's in, and that might be one for Skyjacker as Jim who's around saying goodbye to his Ferrari. Matt Psycho leads ahead of Koikap. Koikap though, his fuel is flashing. It's going to be time to come in pretty soon. Mama Sykes in the chat saying go Matt and Bazza. Big Dan then, he's also requiring a visit to his pits, as Jokus can still go for a few laps yet, so can Bazza. So Jokus and Bazza on a different kind of strategy as the guys ahead. Miyumi and Guesty all up in Miyumi's business. There we go, Koikap and Big Dan both making a visit to the pits. I'm sure they're not going to be the only guys. Jokus goes through, Bazza goes through. Sure, Miyumi's going to come through as well. Oh, I thought there was one more that probably wasn't going to pit. Miyumi now up to fourth with Guesty as the Honda and the Audi are in the pits. Shiren up, but he will be pitting around the same time Jokus and Bazza will be, I imagine. Liam Anfield also on that same strategy. Madalinsky, half a tank of fuel. Going to be some crazy dead tyres on that Aston Martin pretty soon though. Silverstar chasing him down. Quarter of a tank, he's on the same strategy as the other guys. Homesick Alien trying to drive to the end, and it's very dusky out there. And Big Dan, so Skyjacker didn't gain. Oh my gosh, all of them pitted and Skyjacker didn't gain anything. I thought he really was going to jump a few people there. Oh, that's terrible. Not for, terrible incident. I thought it was going to work. Bazza in the chat saying the spreadsheet from Matt never made sense until this race. So Matt Psycho leads. Bazza's moving the position. He's going ahead of the Silver Arrows of Jokus, and it's a Nissan 1-2. They're going out with a bang, it would seem. Bazza getting the move done on the Mercedes that's got to make a pit stop sooner than him. He is, because he's got half a tank of fuel. He can go for longer and longer. Miyumi then with Guesty right on his tail. This is a battle as well between these pair. Unbelievable stuff. Shiren in sixth. We've got around about 12 minutes left of racing here, with some pit stops still to be made and orders still to be changed. Liam Anfield in seventh. He is chasing down Shiren. These guys are getting closer to their pit stops. Madalinsky's killed his tyres, but he's still got some oomph in him. He's still got some can-do attitude with a dead set of tyres in that Aston Martin, and he's shuffling it. Silverstar in ninth place with Homesick Alien in 10th. Homesick Alien was in contention, but we don't know, his pit stop wasn't great. He came out behind the guys he was racing with by some way, and then he's lost position since on track. So unbeknownst to us, we do not know what had happened. Big Dan in 11th. He's going all the way to the end, and he's going to hope these guys that are making those later pit stops is going to play an advantage to him. Koikart being one of them, and Koikart is behind him. It's medium tyres against medium tyres. This is a race on here between the Honda and the Audi. Pat there also. He's going to the end on hard tyres. He's going to struggle to keep up with the two ahead of him. Skyjacker didn't make big gains when everyone pitted. He might now that Madelinsky's gone in with his dead tyres. And now, let's get back to the top. Oh my gosh. So Matt Psycho leads the race, but still has a pit stop to make. Bazza has killed his medium tyres and still has a pit stop to make. Yes, he's going to have to make a splash and dash near the end, and his tyres, he's going to have to do something about those tyres. As you can see, he's just slid straight out into the barrier because he's got no tyre. And Jokers then, he did the move on Jokers, but Jokers struggling on the hard tyres, and they are virtually dead also. Miyumi coming through, but Guesty is pushing all the way. How are these guys going to save fuel if they're racing so hard? They're not. That's my answer. I think these guys have raced each other so hard here, they may have used any kind of fuel reserves up that they needed to get to the checkered flag. We'll see. Half a tank of fuel with 11 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go, possibly. We'll see. Shuren then in 6th. He's due a pit stop soon. Liam Anfield and Silverstar both making a visitation to their pit crew. Big Dan goes through up and into 8th place. He may still gain from Shuren's pit stop, possibly Jokester's pit stop. Who knows? He's being closely chased by Koikart. Koikart is on edge here. He wants points. Guesty slipping back from Miyumi. He was right there. Maybe Guesty thinking, I'm exerting too much fuel. Maybe these two backing off a little bit as the pit stops are happening around them. Jokus then due a pit stop, and it's big questions of where he will come out. Homesick Alien hoping to drive to the flag. I tell you what, Bazza might go to the flag. He's down to a quarter of tank fuel. He's got no tyres left whatsoever. Big Dan in 8th, ahead of Koikart. There's Pat in 10th, but he's on the hard tyres. And as I say, it's going to be a struggle for him to catch the two ahead. But Skyjacker, his hard tyres are starting to get to the end of their life. And this is going to be a struggle for him with understeer galore for the next few laps. Liam Anfield is in 12th place after his pit stop, ahead of Madelinsky. He's got medium tyres this time, has Madelinsky, so has Liam Anfield. Silverstar on the hard tyres. It's going to be very interesting these last 9 minutes or so. Jim 66 is still with us, and he's just driving as tribute as Matt Psycho now needing a pit stop. He's going to be in this lap, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see where Miyumi, Guesty and Homesick Alien are relative to where Matt Psycho. But Matt Psycho can, if he wishes, put on a softer set of tyres, mediums or softs. Bazza, is he going to follow teammate? He is. He's going to have to fuel less than his teammate. He'll be closer at the end of the pits. Joker's also coming in, so Miyumi should go back to the top of the pile. And he does, with Guesty chasing him down. Matt Psycho back out of the pits, and he's beat Homesick Alien, but the other two are ahead. But he's on soft tyres. He wants fastest lap as well. Bazza's already got fastest lap. Bazza's out on soft tyres. The Nissans have entered the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Homesick Alien halfway through his hard tyre, and plenty of fuel on board to see it to the end. Big Dan in 6th. It come good for Big Dan in the end, being chased by Coy. These two have battled it out for umpteen laps now, and it's been cracking every time we've cut to them. They've been hard at it. Jokers then just ahead of Pat, and I said Pat wasn't going to choose anyone. Jokers has come out of the pits. It hasn't gone well for Pat. He wasn't that far behind the Nissans, was he? And he's ended up losing huge stacks of positions. He's on the medium tyres. He's in a very swift car. And Koikart, Big Dan, and Homesick somehow getting involved. Homesick's pace not fast enough for Big Dan. Big Dan's doing 110s. Homesick's doing 12s in the hard tyre. And Koikart also doing 10s. So Homesick Alien, a sitting duck, quack, quack, for Big Dan and Koikap as they hurtle down with their very fast speeds. Jokus then, he'll be possibly looking to catch the Alien up before the end, maybe the Homesick. Alien has to go that pace for fuel reasons to get to the end of the race, and he's hoping that these young bucks burn their fuel out, racing each other hard. But now Big Dan is up and through ahead of the Alien, who has got a lot less fuel on than Big Dan. But we've got 6 more minutes of racing, which is just under 6 laps, the 28 laps that we're on at the moment. It's a good, wholesome, long race. Miyumi still leads then, but Guesty, as ever, has not left his rear derriere. Matt Psycho catching him on those soft tyres, and we knew he would be a force to be reckoned with. And the Baz out there as well, not as close to getting into the podium battle, but there is Matt Psycho taking fastest lap of 109.7. Unbelievable stuff in the Nissan, and he is taking that Nissan team out with a kaboom. Big Dan in the pits again. That's for tyre wear. I reckon he had enough fuel, and that's for tyre wear. Big Dan being taken out by the tyres, and Homesick Alien then back up and into 5th place. Jokus continues on in 6th. Good points for the Mercedes team. What was you looking at, cameraman? You were looking at ducks again, weren't you? Out on the lake. Stop it. Keep up. Big Dan coming out of the pits just ahead of Shiren. Shiren's coming with a great force, but Big Dan stays ahead, and he's gone for softs. He wants fastest lap. Big Dan's going for fastest lap. He's learned that bad thing from Skyjacker. He's given up on what, two positions for a fastest lap. Skyjacker, what have you done to him? He's tainted you by making you choose bad cars, and you've tainted him by making him come in and give up on positions for fastest lap. Shiren then in 8th place on the medium tyres. Liam Anfield 9th on the medium tyres. He's still racing Madalinsky. Madalinsky giving it some great welly, and Madalinsky looking for points today. 10th at the moment, ahead of the Porsche of Silverstar on the hard tyres. But if they race each other enough, these pair, then Silverstar can catch him. He's doing 12s. These guys are doing 11.5s at the moment. Pat doing a 19 last time around and losing out a lot of ground with the people around him. And Koikap doing a 1:30. Was that a pit stop? Yes. He's also gone in for a set of softs. Another one that Skyjacker has influenced. Oh look, Skyjacker is on softs as well, but he did pit. No, he's only just pitted, hasn't he? So a flurry of pit stops near the end, because everyone wants to go as the fastest person around the high-speed ring, and why not? I'm surprised Jim hasn't done it. So in the chat then, Ensign Hewitt saying I was looking at all cool ambulances around the circuit ready for the next update. Bazza said fastest lap stood for 3 seconds. Bazza stole it from teammate. Oh yeah, Bazza's got it again now with a 109.4. Unbelievable stuff. But Matt Psycho leads the race. He's done away with Miyumi and Guesty. Guesty shot his tyres. Miyumi's tyres are virtually going. Can Bazza get on the podium? He's doing 109s. Guesty's doing 111s. Miyumi's doing 111s also. And Bazza is coming. Homesick Alien in 5th, but he's under threat from the very fast Jokus. Jokus coming back into this race for the Mercedes team, and it really was a Mercedes versus Nissan final here with a Porsche in the works. But Matt Psycho then leads the race, and he has been the master of the GTMC Season 7. And I remember him, his first season in the little Porsche Parmalat thing, and yeah, wet behind the ears, asking Homesick how he was so fast. Look at him now, soaring like an eagle. So we've got 2 more minutes to go. That was a quick countdown. So we've got 2 more minutes to go. Matt Psycho leads, and it looks like there ain't nothing stopping him now. Someone else is in the pits. Mayumi in 2nd place. His tyres nearly shot. Guesty chasing him down. They're in 11s. 11.9 for Mayumi. 11.6 for Guesty. Bazza doing a 1:10.2, but his tyres are nearly dead as well. He may have cooked his goose. He may have taken fastest lap, but he's going to have lost podium positions for it. Joker's flying at the moment, 5th. Homesick Alien nursing that Aston Martin to the finish line, waiting for the clock to give up. Big Dan on a push. Came in for that pit stop, and he's already gained one of those spots back, maybe both of them. Was he ahead of Big Homesick? He was ahead of Homesick, but he's gained the other 2 positions back, so the Skyjacker method has worked for him. 7th, ahead of Sharon in 8th. Liam Anfield 9th, and he's under threat from Madalinsky. Madalinsky has not left him alone in the final few laps, and Liam Anfield really having to drive that Audi on the edge, and he's burning up fuel, but we are virtually in the last minute of the race, and look how much fuel Madalinsky had on board. You didn't need all that fuel, Madalinsky. Pat then in 11th, not bad. We thought he did a really bad lap, but he's done well. Silver Star in 12th with Koikap in 13th, Skyjacker 14th, and Jim in 15th. Low on fuel and ready to finish the race. But here we go then. We're with Matt Psycho. How's the Baz doing? Baz has already passed Guesty. I apologise. Guesty's having to really lift off for fuel management. Baz is low on fuel, but he's on the podium. Can he get a 1-2 for the Nissan boys on the final race of the championship that they are definitely going to win? Because look at this. He is now up and into 2nd place. Mayumi does not want to give the place away, but he does. And Bazza is up and into 2nd. Matt Psycho then bringing it around. We are past the 40-minute. I think people are finishing. Not yet. That person's going to finish. That person. It's Skyjacker. Takes 14th and it says goodbye to the Honda team. Jim isn't going to be the next one. It is Matt Psycho takes the win. I wouldn't have thunk it at the beginning of this race, but Matt Psycho comes through and it's a win for the Nissan team, and it's a number 2 for the Nissan team. Baz gone Psycho, great stuff. Mayumi gets a podium, take a boo, my son. Guesty gets 4th place for the Silver Arrows. Oh, and it's a double Silver Arrows finish with Jokers coming home in 5th place. Grand job, Jokers, great drive. Homesick Alien brings it home in 6th place for the Aston Martin team, and he had a grand drive at the first part, but the pit crew let him down. So Homesick comes home in 6th. Big Dan in 7th. Great drive, lots of pit stops. Sharon in 8th for the Ferraris, as Madalinsky does get ahead of Liam Anfield in the end. So Madalinsky getting 9th for Aston Martin. Great drive. And Pat in 10th. Liam Anfield brings it home in 11th with Koikap in 12th. And we'll pause that before Silver Star crosses the line. Deep breaths. My good golly gosh. So Bazza got your fastest lap with a 109.4, and your Nissans got a 1-2. Great stuff. Great stuff. I think we can safely say they've won the championship, and a huge congratulations to Matt Psycho and Bazza, Barry R, Barry Twins, Barry the Oval Twins, the Bazza. Well done to all of you, the whole clan, and Kobe for the inspiration. So Matt Saiga saying good memory, and Matt Saiga saying great drive from Bazza, especially where we were after lap 3. Nissan is a monster. Nissan's getting nerfed in the next GTMC7, I reckon. Ooh. So Matt Psycho, it's Nissan again, wasn't Skyjacker and Homesick were the last champions in Nissans.
Awesome.
So Matt Psycho then, great drive for the win, and Bazza, a great drive to take the championship. Mayumi, he put everything in there, but unfortunately that one-stop strategy I just don't think could quite cut it at such a fast track. And Guesty again in 4th with that one-stop strategy, but with the tyre wear and the nature of this track, it's you need all the speed you can get. 5th for the Mercedes team as well, 4th and 5th. Congratulations to them. That must seal 2nd place in the championship. And Homesick Alien getting good points for Aston Martin, and his teammate not too far behind, ahead of both Ferraris, I believe. Oh no, there's a Ferrari in 8th. So interesting to see how the table stands, but I think Ferrari might have done enough to stay ahead of Penistone Oils. But Homesick Alien coming home in 6th. Big Dan in 7th for Honda, their number one driver. 8th for Shoren in the Ferrari. And hopefully that's enough points, because there's the other Aston Martin in 9th from Madalinsky. And great drive from Madalinsky. Too much fuel, mate. If you'd lower fueled, you would have got ahead of Shoren. I reckon you weren't that far behind him. Or you would have been on his tail. Oh, where am I going? Big Dan. No, I've done Big Dan. We're going down the order. So Madalinsky in 9th. Pat getting 10th. Great drive from Pat, who had to carry that team all the way. And who was he? 2 points? It was the Aston Martins. And he's ahead of both of the Aston Martins, ladies. But there is 2 Aston Martins scoring. Oh, what a shame. He did what he needed to do. He finished ahead of the Aston Martins. It was 2 points. 2 points in it. And because there's 2 Aston Martins, they're scoring more anyway. But well done, Pat. I'll tell you what, Pat. Well done, mate. So Pat finishing in 10th, ahead of the Audi brothers, Liam Anfield and Kuykap. 13th for Porsche, the new boy at Porsche, with Skyjack finishing 14th for Honda, and Jim having a race he'd rather forget, I imagine. Although he did a very good lap time at the end there, a 10.7, so he did go in and pit just for schnizzle and giggles. Okay, right. That's it, I think. That's everything. We've got another stream to come
Great cones.
with the golfs. Apparently it is an absolute cracker, so watch out for that. And then next Friday we're live with the Interlagos 2.5 hour racing. It's been an absolute pleasure doing the comms for you guys. Last chat, let's have a look. Mama Syke saying, great Matt and Baz, awesome, well done guys, thank you all for great racing, thank you Thingy for super comms. Oh, bless you, thank you. Baz is saying it was a team effort. Baz is saying thanks to Matt for coaching. Matt Psycho saying do love GTMC, and Matt Psycho saying cheers Thingy, and Baz is saying love you Thingy for great comms. There you go. Oh, is that all you love me for, Baz? I see. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Mike Litteris. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. Don't forget, we endorse world peace, so wherever you see a chance to spread a bit of world peace, do it. There's nothing more to say except for hit like and subscribe, guys. Yeah! Peace and love. Peace and love.